Welcome back to more Tenchu. And yes, I'm going to show the mission brief for both characters at the start of this video because of the nature of how I'm doing this video.
After running day and night, Rikimaru reaches Goda Castle before the fire demon. Lord Goda calls an emergency meeting of the nobles of the House of Goda.
We need to find a way to stop the Burning Dawn and their giant warship.
Our troops cannot fight it from land. Maybe we should send our fleet.
Our boats are too small. They'll be blown to bits long before they get near the fire demon.
You talk as if we have already lost, before the battle has even begun. Have you forgotten that you are warriors?
They're here. Lead the assault on the enemy vessel myself. Prepare my ship.
Lord Goda, I'm going to board the enemy ship. I'll come back with Kagami's head.
Take care of yourself, Rikimaru. You're too valuable to lose. I'll see you when it's all over.
Yes, my lord.
They are not gonna hurt Kiku.
All right. Those two girls just walking around in that corridor, seems like they had a bad day.
Like a really bad day.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna put these fresh sheets away. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Right, there's a dude around here somewhere. Actually, two, so I'm trying to avoid them as best as I can.
Seems like the right decision.
Well, especially going for rank, yeah. I do like that one of those, I think it was Sekia. The voice for him is the same guy that voices Colonel Campbell. That also voices their sensei who died. Sounds like him anyways, so it probably is. Given how many reuse of voice actors for different characters they tend to do in these old games.
Yeah.
Bitch, don't run away from me! I'd say that's what he gets, but then again, if he had stayed put, that's what he would have got too.
That's fair.
To be fair, he's serving evil.
Yeah, whatever. Never mind, he's got a wife and 3 kids at home. He's just trying to get by.
Never gonna see daddy again. She's gonna be saying, I told him not to sign up with that Burning Dawn group and go on their warship. What did he do? He didn't listen. Now he all dead. And now she's got to find a way to support her 3 kids.
That's right.
As a single woman in ancient Japan, that could not have gone well for her either. Probably had to turn to prostitution. And of course, doing that means having to be chemically imbalanced at times in order to cope.
Right. You know,
all
because all
because
the time just to grab some items.
Right. We discussed this. Can a girl actually teabag somebody? All because her husband had to join a cult. One thing I do like about this level is usually in the areas where you have to drop down, they're good enough to not put guards there. That would kind of suck if you're just dropping down and, oh, hey, there's dudes there.
Yeah.
Well, I guess somebody could say that's part of the challenge.
I'm just waiting for that to be down in the comment section.
You're assuming anybody's going to watch these.
What? This lively banter?
Right.
Who wouldn't want to watch?
There's one regular I have. He'll watch these. I'm sure Chris will watch these. Other than that, probably about it. I joke about how lazy I am, but these videos actually take a lot of work to put together. Probably more than they should. Is that another bird helmet looking thing?
Yes, it is.
What is it with these people with bird helmets?
I mean, like the other guy has like the lizard / reptile look to them.
Yeah.
I guess it's just a animal theme. Little something for the party.
I guess it's a choice. I don't get it, but it's a choice.
On the job application, they're like, we're fun.
Yeah, we're going to kill a bunch of people and you might die in the process, but yeah, we're fun. We give you fun outfits to wear. Or in this case, silly hats. Oddly enough, I think this is the only Tenchu game that doesn't have any sort of supernatural elements to it. Or at least not very many. The only one I can think of would be what Joe was alluding to a couple of videos back in a cutscene that we will see in Tetsumaru's campaign. And that's more of just a nod to the first game than anything else.
No spoilers though.
Nope, no spoilers. Not saying what happened. Just supernatural. But it's weird if you were to play this game and then go ahead and play the first half of Tenchu 1, there's nothing supernatural at all. And then all of a sudden, once you hit the second half of that game, then you start getting weird shit happening. Kind of reminds me of Tomb Raider a little bit in that sense.
Yeah, you know, you play a very normal game until all of a sudden everything's magic.
Yeah. I know there are some fantastical elements. You got healing potions, you got different scrolls that do some different magical things. Yeah, it goes nutty in Tenchu 1. I'm not saying it's bad, just it goes nutty. I tend to prefer more realism than anything else.
Like the healing potion could just be an awesome cocktail of like cocaine and steroids.
There you go.
So it's not really that you're better, you just think you're better.
Ah, that makes sense. I could live with that. This is one of a couple sidetracks we'll have to take to kill some dudes for points. You ain't got to really worry about this if you're just going from point A to point B. On a positive, when I redo Tenchu 1, the scoring system is a lot different, so I won't have to run around and take out everybody in order to get Grandmaster ranking.
Yeah, very abundant of enemies.
Yeah. It's a little disappointing because it would be nice to have some motivation to explore the rest of the levels, but most of those levels in that game, you could pretty much go from point A to point B and you don't really have to explore much.
And that is kind of a shame. It should give you a reason to want to explore.
Yeah. Well, like the mission that this music comes from, they literally start you almost at the boss. You just walk down the side of a river and you're there. You ain't got to explore nothing. So it's kind of unfortunate character placement. But that's a future LP's problem. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Although hearing this music again makes me want to play that game. Favorite soundtrack in video games? Except the final mission, that music, I don't know what the hell they were doing with that one. But the rest of the soundtrack is aces. But that last track was weird. Bunch of insane electronics. I'll have to throw that into one of Tetsumaru's missions. Mixed in with a little bit of Exorcist piano sounds. Yeah, on one attempt, this dude spotted me, which was annoying. Yeah, thankfully save states kept that from being too much of a problem. I actually didn't really die too much on this playthrough, which is nice. I think maybe twice with each character, give or take. So that's always nice. Since I seem to be talking to myself here, Tetsumaru's campaign is going to be 3 videos. The last one will probably be quite long, but I'm 2/3 of the way done with that as well, at least the gameplay. And I managed to get the games librarian on the first of those 3 videos, and hopefully Ty will be on the second, so that should be fun. Yeah, I did not know there was a difficulty option in these games. I'm certain we're not playing on hard mode.
What? Those guys are taking some hard naps.
They are. They really are. I guess if that's what's classified as hard mode, then sure. I guess that means I live my life in hard mode, because I can take some naps.
I mean, when's the last time you slept that hard?
Never. It is weird. I would think we would hear a lot more cannons firing and sounds of a battle. I'm not sure if this is meant to take place before they got to the castle.
But clearly they got those 2 maids they were looking for. They're done.
Yeah, it's like they're wanting freedom for ninjas. How is killing those 2 ladies gonna affect freedom for ninjas? Yeah, there's a trap over down that hallway too.
You're missing the whole time travel element. Right? Turns out they were the grandmothers of the people that in the future we're going to enslave everyone.
This game series goes nutty enough that, yeah, I could see them introduce time travel. I hope they don't, but I could see it happen. We will see when we get to the unlockable mission in Wrath of Heaven. Lord knows they did it in Onimusha 3, and that was, well, that was a choice they made.
Not a good one.
No, definitely not a good one. I could have dealt without that.
I mean, they kind of did it for Tenchu's Wrath of Heaven as well. As a parody level.
Oh, right. The whole Ricky Maru in the office thing. Yeah, supposedly that's canon. I've never actually played that.
I'm not surprised.
I think you have to unlock it or something. I can't remember, but I just never played it. I always meant to go back to it, but I just never did. But since we got to revisit that game at some point anyways, hey, I'll revisit it for that LP. Although if I'm going to try to fix the story in that game for an LP, that's going to take some work. That story is all over the place. I don't know what they were thinking.
They probably weren't.
Probably. In that game, they actually encourage you to kill more enemies so you can unlock different combat moves.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting. And there's another dude that will not be going back to his family. Ayame, I hope you're happy.
Like, I'm gonna kill every fucking body. I don't give a shit.
She does seem the type. I would not want to piss her off.
No, she seems like she's one of those people that's patient about it too. She's like, that's fine. I'm gonna wait until you forget, and I'm gonna get you.
Yeah. So, older Ayame, probably a perfect woman for you then.
I mean, I've probably dated her.
Yeah, you do like the crazies.
I love the crazies.
At least you're self-aware enough to know that.
So true. It's like, I'm sorry. Are you attached to reality? We can't be with each other.
Yeah, there's two dudes really close to each other. That's why it's perfect blowgun usage opportunity. Oh, and for these final two missions, each character gets 2 bosses. The structure for these levels is kind of weird. So Ayame's level just functions like a normal level. You go through the level, then you got 2 bosses, with no chance to heal in between, which is kind of annoying. Rikimaru will go through a part of the level, get a boss, and then go through a whole other level before getting the final boss. Kind of an odd choice.
It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's just hard to know which order it goes in.
Yeah.
List.
I did the best I could to put it together, but I'm not saying I'm right with it. I just did the best I could. God, you guys are taking the ship into war. You would think they would be doing something other than patrolling. Like, you would think you would see people manning cannons or piloting the ship or doing something. Laziest soldiers ever. Although how you could get anything done with that bird helmet, I have no idea.
I mean, seriously. Like, not even like a good, like, Victorian doctor style. Like, it's the you can't see shit style.
Right. Don't get me wrong, I can relate to not being able to see shit, but still. I don't walk around wearing bird helmets either. Not that anybody else knows of anyways. And yeah, I'm trying to get as many items as I can because when we get to these bosses, I will be using items. There is no, we're going to fight this fair. No, fuck that. The combat system in this game for one-on-one fights is not great as it is. So
you already beat the tiger. You're done with the challenge.
And how many items did I use against that thing? Quite a few.
2, 3 tops.
Maybe 2, 3 grenades.
Well, yeah.
Did they actually have grenades back in this time frame in Japan?
I mean, grenade probably not. Some sort of bomb and or makeshift style bomb, probably so.
Ah, okay.
I mean, yeah. Again, except for like your potions and whatnot, all the other things would have in some form existed.
Right.
Yeah. I know that gunpowder was several thousand years invented by the Chinese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Never doubt humans' ability to blow shit up.
Right. Yeah, I remember Again, the same level that this music is in the first game. I remember the text scroll mentioning guns, and I remember thinking, guns? Oh shit.
Modern concept of a gun versus, you know, like a black powder rifle style thing.
These were kind of a combination of the two. They weren't modern style, but they were definitely more on that line compared to what a gun like that actually would be like. Where it's like if you shot a round off, it's going to take another 3-4 minutes to reload.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that because then they wouldn't be a challenge. Because
Right, but you gotta think about it from the perspective of, in an early gun logic, how pretty simple it is. You got a pipe with one open end and a closed end, and you put something in the middle there, and you make a boom on the closed end of the pipe. Projectile is made.
Right.
Stop, nice little girl. Genbu protects Lady Kagami.
Oh, Genbu, look at what she's doing. She's not worthy of your protection.
Everybody says, Genbu, you big dumb oaf. And everybody laughs. But Lady Kagami says, Genbu, you did good. She treats me like she treats all the other ninja. I feel warm inside when she talks to me. She's worthy of Genbu's protection.
And all the people in Goda Castle are worthy of my protection.
Then I guess we really fight this time.
Yeah, we really fight this time.
That's right. Repeat what he said. That will make you sound cool.
Yeah, what's even better is repeating what he said in a very high-pitched voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
The only thing that could have been better is if she repeated what he said in the form of a question. I hate it when they do that in games. Metal Gear Solid was really bad for that.
Oh, yeah.
I figured you were just making fun of Valley Girls with that.
No, Solid Snake.
Going as well.
Yeah.
To be fair, you're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong.
Yeah, how many times does Solid Snake do that in that game? Or should we just call him David?
Yeah.
I need to do that game at some point.
That's the game is writing for you.
Yeah. If I ever do that game, I'm cutting a bunch of that shit out.
No, we're just going to offer counter commentary.
That might be one of those things where if I do that game, we might have to talk through some of that dialogue because there's a shit ton of it.
Oh yeah, we'll create our own damn dialogue.
Oh god. That would be hilarious. Just mute the dialogue and just come up with our own Mad Lib style.
Oh yeah, you're like, damn you, poo-poo head.
How dare you take my fancy cakes? They were my fancy cakes. I only said you could have one.
Look, there are only 2 times where everybody has to die. The dog dies and somebody touched my fucking fancy cakes.
That's right. Dude, don't stand there and gloat. Where do you think that's going to get you?
What the hell? I was going to say, like, when's he going to react to the poison?
Yeah, I'm just spamming items at this point.
I see you've got a ninja rebirth item there as well, just in case.
Oh, yeah. I don't end up needing it, thankfully, but I wanted to be safe. Because as we talked about with the health potions.
I can't remember which level it was where you got the armor. You unlocked the armor.
I think you get it for getting Grandmaster on one of the levels.
Which level?
I don't remember which one.
Sorry, Lady Kagami. Nice girl. What's your name?
Ayami.
Ayame. That's a nice name. .
Goodbye, Genbu the Wise, Lord of the Burning Dawn.
All right, well, now let's see what Ricky was up to. I actually don't mind that scene, the way those two end off, but it feels a little bit counter to how Ayame behaves in this game.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden she kind of feels bad.
Yeah. Which, I guess I get it in a way. Like, I think she just must have realized that, hey, he's actually not an awful dude. He just fell in with the wrong crowd. I'm guessing Ayame realized that, and that's why she was as respectful as she was at the end there.
I think Lady Kagami saw that and sort of exploited it for her own gain.
Yeah, I think so too.
She knew he was, not altogether there, and she'd probably exploit that because he was like big and strong.
Yeah.
He doesn't recognize when he's being used. Which is unfortunate.
Yeah, he's a fucking tank.
Yeah, and I feel like that's an extra layer that the game adds to this. I mean, I know it was sort of like slapstick humor with his character arc there a little bit, but
yeah.
I feel like he had a heart. He wasn't a bad person. He was just ordered to do bad things, and I do like that.
I do too.
When you read between the lines.
Yeah, I do like that extra little bit there. That is always nice. I just didn't like the slapstick stuff. But yeah, that stuff at the end, I appreciate.
Definitely.
And I've said it several times in this playthrough, but for a PS1 era game, the story is actually quite good.
Absolutely. And the level design isn't actually bad for what its heyday was, to be honest. I definitely felt like enjoying playing it.
Yeah, and this is kind of a unique section we never see in another Tenchu game.
If you think about it, all of the parts of the level, they're kind of shaped similar to how they would make a Tomb Raider level.
Yeah.
Because they're all in blocks.
Yeah.
They're all squares.
That guy that made that video series I've been talking about, he actually made that same comment.
Yeah.
Actually, how similar to Tomb Raider.
I've got to watch that video then, because
they're long. There's 3 videos.
To God, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, there's 3 videos, one for each of the 3 main games, and they're long. They're an investment. Although it is funny he's mentioning things that were mentioned in the video without having seen it. That's got to be you're kind of doing something around the house and just need something to listen to, sort of a situation where it's going to be a while. But they were really enjoyable. I would give the channel a shout out, but I don't remember the channel's name.
No worries. I've got it somewhere.
I do hope he covers Fatal Shadows and Time of the Assassins at some point.
I think, by the way, the game I was referring to, the one where the enemy ninja has a tattoo on her tit, yep. It's not Fatal Shadows, because it's the one where you get to play as Rikimaru and only Rikimaru.
Oh, I'm not aware of this.
Whereas Fatal Shadows, yeah, it came after Fatal Shadows, I think. That was the last game in the Tenchu series I played.
Is that Shadow Assassins?
Oh, I don't know.
That was the one that played completely differently from any other Tenchu game.
It could be. I don't know if it was for the Wii or something, because I remember there was one.
Yeah, it was for the Wii. Shadow Assassins was.
But that was weird, because that was consecutive after the Fatal Shadows one.
Yeah, Fatal Shadows takes place in between Tenchu 1 and Wrath of Heaven.
Oh, does it?
And then in Time of the Assassins, they actually reuse a lot of assets from Fatal Shadows and Wrath of Heaven. Because of course they do.
Sorry, Shadow Assassins place between Fatal and Wrath?
Fatal Shadows is in between Tenchu 1 and Wrath of Heaven. I'm not sure on the timing of Time of the Assassins, because that game's story is kind of all over the place from what I remember. I think Shadow Assassins is the last one in the timeline. And I think it ended on a cliffhanger too, if I remember correctly.
I'm a little confused, sorry, because you said it was between Tenchu 1 and Wrath of Heaven, but are you referring to...
That's Fatal Shadows.
Yeah, but isn't Wrath of Heaven essentially the remake of Tenchu 1?
No, it takes place after Tenchu 1.
Right.
There's a lot of nods to that game, though. You punish the evil merchant and a lot of other things I don't want to spoil. But those who are in the know, they know. And if not, we'll get there. I actually thought when I first played that game, that's what they were doing, because your first mission literally is punish the evil merchant. And then I thought, oh, is this like a remake? What's going on here?
It's all confused me.
Yeah. Well, they didn't really seem to try with that story.
No, they didn't. Very disappointing.
Yeah. Damn shame, really. And yes, I've just realized I say that a lot. Shadow Assassins was the one I was talking about earlier when I talked about a Tenchu game where Ayame and Kiku are talking. They sound like Valley Girls.
Yeah. But the reason Rikimaru wasn't in Fatal Shadows was because he was
Spoilers for the first game, so we're not going to go there. But yeah. With what happens at the end of the first game, yeah, that's why he's not in Fatal Shadows.
Yeah, I remember now, yeah, sorry.
They introduced Rin in that game, and she's alright. It took me a little bit to warm up to her, but she's okay. Not as good as the other characters, but, you know.
Yeah, you can't just introduce a character like that and think, yeah, we're just going to replace her with one of the main characters that everyone sort of grew up with.
Yeah. Well, the PSP game, Time of the Assassins, they just let you play as all of them, pretty much. Each of them have their own stories and missions. You even play as Onikage.
I remember you saying.
For a series of missions, which is interesting.
Now that's an animation of death pose right there.
Yeah.
You know what I like to do as well, whenever they are leaning on the edge like that, I'd like to push the bodies off into the water.
Nice. Yeah, I probably should have done that.
It's just something like, it doesn't mean anything. It's
Yeah.
something fun to do.
Well, when I'm not going for rank, I like luring people into the water, like having them take a swipe at me when I'm in the water and then they fall in. That's always fun. I did that a lot in level 2 of Stealth Assassins. As we've been talking about these games, I realized how confusing the names of these games has to be, considering so many of them have assassins in the title. And they stopped numbering them after this one. And hell, even numbering these, they call this Tenchu 2, but it's a prequel.
But no. It's really stupid with the naming convention, and then it's obvious that we're trying to be clever.
Yeah.
But end up confusing everyone.
Yeah, just call it Tenchu Birth of the Stealth Assassins. That's what I'm calling this Let's Play.
Mm-hmm.
If they revived this series and wanted to remake anything, I would actually start with this game.
Oh, definitely. I mean, there's no reason not to.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it Tenchu 2. I'd do just what we were talking about, but this is where I would start because, hey, it introduces everybody.
I'd go a step further as well and give them proper character arcs with their backstories as well about where they came from.
Yeah.
And why they were first recruited into the Ninja Village.
Yeah. I think the manual might do that, but that really should be included in game.
We know roughly why Tatsumaru was in the Ninja Village.
Yeah, they do talk about that. I think in his campaign when he meets the sensei.
Yeah.
That fatal encounter. Well, that's not really a spoiler because we already saw that part in the Let's Play where he kills him.
Yeah, but what Senzaimon says to him though, that's a spoiler.
Yeah, we won't go there until we get to his campaign. In terms of the gameplay, I think I'm just about to play that mission, which hopefully we'll be posting after this video, but we'll see, because I'm going to take a break from Tenchu after this video. But since this isn't posting till October, I got time to come back to it. Yeah, this was annoying. This guy would not turn around.
It's been a gay ninja.
Bro, look another direction. Making me have to sneak around a fucking box.
And on a final level.
I know.
Rude.
Wait, next thing you know, he's gonna have to carry a cardboard box around with him.
Intoxicating, isn't it?
What?
The copper smell of blood, the screams of dying men, that final brilliant flash as you die. Only servants of darkness can appreciate these. I shall deliver you from your darkness into that pure light.
Not if I enlighten you first.
I'm not sure why, but I really wanted to put Onikage's battle theme in here, but not sure why that's the case, but we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to try to take him down. And for some reason, the quick turn wasn't working for me there. I'm not sure why. I actually don't think I used too many items against this dude.
I was going to say, you seem to be doing just fine.
He just stands there for some reason.
I'm guessing, and I could be wrong here, but I'm guessing you're playing this on easy mode.
Must be.
And the reason I'm saying that is because on normal and hard mode, they actually use their own items against you.
Yeah, I remember that. And they have done that before in failed attempts at some of these boss fights. I wanted to knock him into the fire. That would have been cool.
Yeah, they do. AI is not the brightest.
No, it's really not. And it's hilarious when you get that to happen. On my original playthrough of this game, I did that to a few enemies, but that would involve getting spotted, which I don't want to do.
You lose. Because the more enemies you get revenge on, the angrier and nastier you'll become, until you become as vicious and selfish as me.
I no longer seek vengeance. I merely serve a worthy master. I fight because I must.
That's right, you tell him, Ricky. I do think it's interesting there are Lords of the Burning Dawn that each character doesn't meet. Ayame doesn't meet Suzaku, that's what we're calling him, I guess. Ricky Maru never meets Genbu, or as I like to call him, Gu 2.0. Again, referencing the first game.
Oh yeah, Gu.
Yeah. Gu was cooler. Although Genbu was a nicer person, I suppose.
That's a pitfall, by the way. To the right of him.
Yeah.
You can jump down there or fall down there as you want, and you will die.
And you'll have to restart the whole mission, which is not fun.
Mm-hmm.
I was also surprised when I turned that corner and saw, oh shit, there's a dude there.
Yeah, this is just the halfway point for this level, by the way. So
yeah.
You fail here, have fun going through all that hopping boats part again.
Yeah. Now, granted, I'm playing on emulator, so I wouldn't have to deal with that this time around, but when I played this on console, yeah. That was not fun. And I know that's happened to me before where I have fallen down that pit. I don't remember how it happened, but I know it happened. Not sure what the game's doing there, but okay.
I think you were just stuck on the big guys that you had killed before.
Yeah. Well, Ricky Maru got a little glitchy there.
The funny thing is, you can actually run straight to the end of this level without like going throughout the whole ship.
Really?
Yep.
I guess that makes sense. I always got lost in this level though, so I never knew how to do that. I don't know these environments nearly as well as I do the first game.
I think, and this is because I just wanted to perfect this level. Oh, that little archway just kind of blocked it then, but I think there are approximately 39 enemies that you can stealth kill.
Dang. Wow. I definitely don't get that many, but I get enough.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, like, if you went for every stealth kill, you could probably be spotted about more than 9 times and you'd still get Grandmaster.
Oh, something else I noticed about this game that's annoying, and I forgot to mention it until this point, but I've experienced it previously, and I experienced it here, which is why I'm thinking about it. There are certain enemies that will either despawn or not spawn, and you have to walk away from the area and come back in order to spawn them.
Yeah, it's basically how the game was designed. So if there's too many assets or character models on a certain screen at one point, it'll just horrendously slow the game down. It's not great optimized, so they purposely despawned enemies where they would originally spawn if there were other ones spawning close to it beforehand.
Yeah, I remember experiencing that with Ayame on, I forget if it was the level that had Pog in it or it was the one after that where she's going to the harbor to free those people. I definitely experienced it there.
Yeah.
So I think that person that's walking around up there despawned.
That's why these games need a remake as opposed to a remaster, because
yeah,
you just can't play with game design like that.
Yeah, I'd love to see a remake of this. Think of all the details they could add now.
Definitely.
But yeah, I will be cutting me going back to respawn this enemy, so you guys don't have to worry about watching that.
That's what I mean. It's like, why? Such a weird design.
Yeah, this one is kind of
She
peculiar.
wasn't there before, and now she is. And as you notice, she didn't pay attention to the dead body.
No.
Which they definitely
bizarre.
do on normal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird. But can't be worrying about that. We're done here. I think we've got a couple more people to take out before we get to our main objective. It's bizarre though, the way the ranking system is in this game where they want you to get a bunch of stealth kills, but that's kind of contrary to your goal. Ricky Maru's goal is take out Kagami. So taking unnecessary risks to go after some of these other people is kind of counterintuitive to that.
Well, exactly. I mean, again, going back to the discussion that we had before, where what a shinobi's role was not necessarily to assassinate. It was literally to gather information. Or to, like, direct your focus onto one target. That was literally what their primary job role was as a shinobi.
Okay.
So they wouldn't go around killing people because there's a good chance one of those bodies would be found by someone who isn't. And then they'll just alert the whole area.
Yeah.
Making your presence known now.
Yeah, if somebody walked by and saw all these corpses that these two are leaving, then yeah, somebody would have something to say about that, I'm sure. And that would have been badass if I could have jumped off of that platform and just killed them.
To be honest, I think you could have, but instead of waiting for the last minute to play the animation, you could have just, like, do a slash animation.
Yeah.
Which would have kept at it, and then it would have made contact with him. I love doing that sometimes.
Damn shame. But oh well.
It's the best one, I think.
Yeah. Oh, there's still even more people. Jesus.
Yeah, you know, you're closing in on the boss. You gotta protect the boss.
That makes sense. Right, and after I pick up items from this dude, then I actually decide to offload some items that I'm not going to need for the final boss. One of these things actually heals you, which I didn't know. I thought it was a cure poison. So I'm just dumping these things so that I don't have them in my inventory if I need to quickly scroll between weapons, and I'm not actually really going to need that, but I wanted to be safe just in case.
There's a limit to how many items you can actually hold at one time. I can't remember if it's 9 or something.
When you start off, yeah, but you can pick up other items from guards, and there's not really a limit, it seems like.
No, as in, like, how many different items you can have.
Oh, right. That makes sense.
I can't remember if there's a limit to how many items you can pick. Yeah, so if in your inventory, you can take a maximum of 5 items each, and you can only have 5 different items at one time, I think.
Yeah.
I think. You can get more, but you can't get 9 separated different items, if that makes any sense, because the game will just tell you can't.
Yeah. I never really noticed when I was playing because I seem to be able to pick up anything I want.
Ah, there we go.
Hey, Yame, don't you remember what I told you? Then you know, I must kill you.
Oh, you're right. We will fight, but you won't kill me.
Girl is getting lippy. And why not? She's got grenades.
He's not that difficult. He's only got 100 health.
Yeah, I was more worried about him, but I really didn't need to be because you're right. The guy before him has a lot more health.
Why, Tatsumaru? Why?
Unforgivable crimes must be punished. The traitor must die.
Ayame?
And as you can see, yet another Grandmaster ranking. We got one more to go until I play Tetsumaru's campaign.
So, Seiru is dead. Or else you never could have gotten this far. Rikimaru, will you really put an end to my beautiful dream?
You killed the beauty of your dream with the ugliness of your methods.
That's right, Ricky. You tell her. Put her back in her place. Right in the kitchen, where she belongs.
I always found it really daunting why she was just doing a performance dance in the middle of a battle.
Yeah.
What was the message there that the game was trying to send?
Maybe she's just an exhibitionist.
Was this part of, like, doing a haiku or some sort of meditation to get ready for, you know, mental-wise battle or something? Like, what was the point?
Right, you would think they would already be mid-battle at this point anyways.
Yeah, what the hell was she doing this whole time? Just waiting for flipping minions to get chopped up by yours truly?
Probably.
Doing a dance, making it all up? Oh.
That's management for you.
Is she beating your ass with a fan?
She's trying to. She's trying to go all katana on me. And the quick turn didn't work there.
You lessened like half her health. Then, like, yeah. Now she gets real.
Yeah. But I also get real, so we're good.
That's serious face. That's true.
It's like when you have the panda suit in Onimusha. Oh yeah, here we go. When you put the head of the panda suit on, that's when Samanosuke means business. You want to mean business? Ricky's gonna mean business too.
Yeah. She has a really nasty reach with that sword.
Yeah.
And it does a lot of damage, so...
Yeah, I'd rather avoid that if I can. You were never that attractive anyways!
Oh, now see, that was hurtful.
You think you have destroyed my dream by killing me. But my dream lives. You cannot stop it from coming true because we will pay any price for freedom. Freedom. But you, only a fool, follows the rules without questioning them. And fools can never stop us.
I'll happily suffer the title of fool if it means I can save even one life from your blood-drenched dream. Farewell, Kagami.
Rikimaru, everything taken care of?
Yes, sir.
But where is Ayame?
She wasn't on the boat.
Archers, prepare flaming arrows!
And there we have it, Rikimaru and Ayame's campaigns, all with Grandmaster rankings. It's very exciting.
First my master, now Tatsumaru. Why does everyone I love have to die? I'd rather face the demons of hell than another second of this emptiness. My work is done. It's time for Ayame to follow Tatsumaru. What a pretty sound. I'll miss it. And Kiku. And the promise I made. Oh, poor baby. She's counting on me. She must be so lonely right now. And scared. With her mother gone. Just like me. I gotta keep my promise. No more crying. I gotta be tough now.
Ayame, you made it.
I'm going to become strong, so no one can ever take away anything I care for.
I understand.
What will you do now?
I wish only to serve Lord Goda.
Good. I'm going with you to Goda Castle.
I'm glad.
I have someone there worth dying for, and worth living for.
And that's it for Tenchu, Birth of the Stealth Assassins. At least until we do Tetsumaru's campaign. And as we do at the end of all my playthroughs, victory sip. I like how Rikimaru got promoted to head of the Azuma Ninja when it's just him, Ayame, and the dog left.
Well, this is stiff competition between him and the dog.
I know a promotion is a promotion, but that still seems a little odd.
It's weird to me because it's like there's only 2 members left. Can you still call that a clan?
I would think not, but they still do. I guess maybe it's desperately holding on to what they were before.
It's a little weird.
And it's not until that awful game Ty Let's played where they kind of suggest that they start to bring in new recruits. I can't remember if you create your own character for that one. I think you do.
Do you remember the Demon Ninja from level 4 as well?
The dude that had those people captive.
Yes, that's right.
Right.
Yeah, the guy who voiced him was the same guy who voiced Psycho Mantis in first Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, so even more Metal Gear connections.
I don't know, but they probably went shopping for the same voice actors and thought, oh, okay, some American voice actors are in town. We'll get them.
Thank you guys so much for being on this playthrough. Also, thanks to Thor, who was on a few of these. Always good to have you guys on. We'll have to get the librarian on something again. Hopefully get Ty on something at some point too. But it's always good having y'all on. But that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see y'all back with Tetsumaru's campaign.